Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, what I'm going to tell you is extremely important. Extremely important. Many of the times we have these discussions over, certain places, maybe over classrooms or particular setups that are not traditional in a sense that they are in a house. And it's not trying to be braggadocious in any way, but it's extremely important because I felt it this morning. Some of you know I work 24/7. This is a laptop, so you can see I basically sit on the desk from morning to evening. And other than that, I of course eat my meals, and I'm a guy who likes KFC and stuff like that. And here I've been doing a little of McDonald's and stuff like that. But this morning, if I told you that the Isaac Silo, who you probably knew, would have been no more, you'd think I'm lying. Why? Because many people have been telling me, Isaac, take control of your weight. And I've been thinking, forget about that. Being, having a little bit of weight of body is a little bit, the thing for Africans, as you know. And then here in Germany, I realized that almost 90.99% everyone has a bicycle. They ride bicycles. The last time I was talking to Professor Kanyahamba one time, and he said one of the judges, I think probably the chief judge of a particular nation, European country, surprised them when there was a debacle where some judicial officers were having issues, fighting for cars. And he said, I'm surprised that you guys are actually struggling for cars. In Europe, I ride a bicycle from my home to office and back. So I didn't comprehend the gravity of that statement until now that I'm in Europe. I understand the importance of exercising our bodies. How many times have we seen people who have collapsed, all of a sudden? I will not mention names for respect of their loved ones. How many people have we seen, driving and then all of a sudden they're no more, or people who cannot wake up out of their beds anymore? It's because we're not able to manage our bodies. The Word of God says, my people perish, I think it's Hosea 4, my people perish because of lack of understanding. Recently, I was talking to Professor Goling, a medical professor here, one of the probably most renowned professors in the entire world, and he was telling me the biggest challenge that Africans have is discipline. And I understood the word discipline to mean different contexts. It's not just a question of an abuse or insult, but it means managing almost every facet of our life. If it's a question of time management, if it's a question of astuteness, if it's a question of arranging our works or doing our jobs, or basically things that involve due diligence in every aspect. I think there was a wise man who said, do something almost 100 or perhaps 10,000 times that you'll be perfect at it. Listen, when you make comparisons with people like Ronaldinho, for example, or Ronaldo, perhaps, compare Ronaldo, who I dearly respect because he was, my guy. I mean, a Brazilian player for all intents and purposes. I'm a Brazilian fan. Compare that guy to Beckham, who probably retired under the same time. You see the body structure as they look now. When you compare people like Ronaldinho, for example, and even incredible athletes in America, people like Mike Tyson, some people who have actually thrived and God has given the world, and then they've been not able to manage their bodies because of discipline issues, and they end up having issues. I remember there was a gentleman, I think it was Lennox Lewis, who was being interviewed about a certain Uganda, was it Mugabe, who was doing some boxing, said, I used to tell that gentleman that please take care of your body. It's good to have fun, to do the things, but be mindful. So if we don't manage our bodies, we're endangering ourselves. So this morning, I'm lucky that when I visited here, my brother and friend, asked me to do some exercise. And so this is something that you can buy. Those of you, I'm talking about people, not the ordinary Ugandan probably who may not afford basic things like bicycles, or although bicycles are fairly affordable, but you guys who claim to be having some wealth and money in your homes, and the best you do is sit on your laptop in the morning and then next day you drive your Mercedes back home without the ability to have some little physical exercises. It will kill you. Listen, it will kill you. We have to learn to manage our bodies. So this is something that I discovered. I know they're there in Uganda. You ask yourself, Isaac, what are you saying? We have these things in our home. Some of you have them as souvenirs. You don't even use them at all. You just put them in the garage and keep them there. But you see, it's important. For example, this that we have here can measure your pulse. It can measure the distance. It can measure your calorie. It can measure your speed. I woke up this morning and measured myself. And in the bathrooms, they have those, weighing scales. I woke up this morning and measured myself, and I was about 97 point something kilograms. But when I came here and did like 100 runs, okay, now it's reaching 200. I did 100 initially. I went back, I'd lost about 2 grams. Think about that. Because of the calories that I burnt. Now, imagine if I was doing this every day. So this morning I was just, couldn't wake up because I sneezed and all of a sudden, not mindful of my body. When I was young, yes, I used to do the back somersaults, the whatever, all those things. But now at my age, I have to be careful to manage my body within, the metabolism at our age. As we grow, is not able to compete with the young body because the young bodies can, metabolize everything at very fast rate. But our bodies, as we grow, especially you who are adults or who are mature, who are old a little bit, you have to understand that you have to take care of your facets. Be careful what you eat. I was in supermarkets here and they were telling me that the only way you can grade, the product that you're buying it is categorized. There's A, B, C, D, depending on what quantity, what kind of amount of food that you're talking about, in terms of what value it's going to do to your body. So my brother here told me that if you do like 100 runs here, you would have burnt quite a number of calories. If you do this every morning, it will give you the ability to, reduce on your calories and be able to control. So when I came this morning, I couldn't do that. But when I tried to run, I did 100, this. And by the end of the day, I sweated. And after sweating, I went back and measured. I lost 2 grams and the pain had disappeared. I feel more fresh. And even the foods that we eat, most people don't like salads, but salads are good for the body. Those salads, the so-called vegetables that people, try not to eat. I know beef is good and stuff like that. KFC is good, but be careful that you eat because what you eat can eventually kill you. So ladies and gentlemen, these are things that I want us to encourage ourselves. I know I've written a book called Sports and the Law. And these are things that you need to look at them. Find most of these things on lubogo.org and suejenislawapp.com. So guys, let's take care of our bodies. God bless you and thank you for your attention.